Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and sometimes misunderstood areas of relationships, female psychology. Now, here's the truth. When a woman truly loves a man, her behavior changes. She starts doing things that she wouldn't normally do for just anyone. These are not casual gestures. These are signs, deep signals that she's emotionally invested. But here's the catch. Most men don't even recognize them. They misinterpret, overlook, or sometimes take these actions for granted. And that's where problems in relationships begin. So, in this video, we're going to uncover 12 powerful things women only do for the men they genuinely love. Stick with me until the end because number 12 is something that will completely change how you see women forever. If you've ever wondered, does she really love me? Or how do I know if I'm the one? This is the video that will give you clarity. Let's get started. Thing number one, she prioritizes your happiness over her own. When a woman loves you deeply, your happiness becomes her happiness. She'll go out of her way to make sure you're smiling, even if it means putting her own needs second. This doesn't mean she loses her identity. It means she feels joy when you feel joy. If you've had a long day, she'll cook your favorite meal, sit beside you quietly, or simply give you space because she intuitively knows what will lift your spirit. Psychologically, this happens because love triggers the brain's empathy centers. A woman in love literally feels your emotions. When you hurt, she hurts. When you're happy, she feels alive. Story hook. Imagine this, you've had a tough week, you're exhausted and you're barely holding it together. Suddenly, she surprises you with tickets to your favorite game or just sits down and listens without judgment. That's not coincidence, that's love in action. And here's the key. If you notice a woman consistently putting an effort to see you smile, that's a sign she's emotionally invested at the deepest level. Thing number two, she fights for the relationship. Let's be honest, every relationship has challenges, misunderstandings, disagreements, external pressures. They're all part of the journey. But here's where you can spot a woman who truly loves you. She doesn't give up easily. Instead of walking away at the first sign of trouble, she sticks around. She talks things through. She wants to fix, not flee. This is a massive sign because many women won't waste time or energy fighting for something they don't value. But when she's in love, she sees you as worth the struggle, worth the late night conversations, worth the tears, and worth the effort. Hook. Think about it. In today's world where everyone says, if it's hard, just move on. The woman who stays, who fights, who refuses to let go, that's the woman who truly loves you. Psychology explains this as emotional investment. Once she bonds with you, her brain releases oxytocin, the attachment hormone. That hormone drives her to maintain connection even through difficulty. So if she's willing to weather the storms with you, don't take that lightly. That's not ordinary. That's extraordinary. Thing number three, she shares her deepest vulnerabilities. Most people, men and women, wear masks. We present a polished version of ourselves to the world. But when a woman loves you, those walls come down. She'll share her insecurities, her fears, her childhood wounds, and even her embarrassing dreams. Why? Because love creates trust, and trust creates emotional safety. Hook. Picture this. Late at night, she suddenly tells you about a moment in her past she's never shared with anyone. That's not just storytelling. That's her saying, I trust you with the most fragile parts of me. Psychologically, women only reveal their deepest selves to men they feel truly safe with. And safety in her mind equals love. Here's the truth. If she's opening up about the things that scare her, the mistakes she's made, or the dreams she's secretly chasing, that's not just vulnerability, that's intimacy. Thing number four, she includes you in her future plans. Here's a big one. When a woman truly loves you, she doesn't just live in the moment with you. She starts to picture a future with you. She'll casually say things like, one day when we get our own place, or when we travel together next summer. These aren't random comments. They're subconscious signs that in her mind, you're not temporary, you're permanent. Hook. Most men miss this subtle clue. They think she's just daydreaming. But trust me, if she's actively weaving you into her long term vision, whether it's vacations, career decisions, or even family discussions, that's love speaking loud and clear. Psychologically, this is linked to the commitment instinct. When women feel safe and loved, their brains shift from short term survival to long term security. So when she's talking about we instead of just me, that's not just a slip of the tongue. That's her heart showing where it belongs. Thing number 5, she supports your dreams, even when they're big. Every man has goals, visions, and dreams, some practical, some ambitious. And while the world might doubt you, the woman who truly loves you will often become your biggest supporter. She'll encourage you when you're tired. She'll remind you of your strengths when you feel weak. She'll believe in your vision, not because it's guaranteed to succeed, but because she believes in you. Story hook. Think of every great man in history are, from entrepreneurs to leaders. Behind many of them was a woman who said, I see your potential. Don't give up. Psychology shows us that women express love through emotional investment in a partner's growth. When she's cheering for you, pushing you, even sacrificing her own comfort so you can pursue your goals, that's not just kindness, that's love in action. Thing number 6, she gets protective of you. Here's something men rarely notice. When a woman loves you, she becomes protective. Not in the same way you might protect her physically, but emotionally. She'll defend you in front of others. She'll stand up for you if someone disrespects you. She'll worry if you're overworking or not eating well. She'll encourage you to go to the doctor when you're ignoring your health. Hook. A woman in love becomes your quiet guardian. She notices the little things you overlook, and she steps in to shield you, sometimes even from yourself. This instinct is tied to nurturing psychology. When women love, they naturally shift into caretaking mode. It's not weakness, it's strength. It's her way of saying, your well being matters to me as much as my own. So if you see her fussing over you, making sure you're okay, or even confronting someone who disrespected you, understand this. She's not just protective, she's in love. Thing number 7, she remembers the small details about you. Pay attention here because this is subtle but powerful. When a woman truly loves you, she doesn't just listen, she remembers. She'll recall the story you told her months ago about your childhood. She'll know your favorite food, your secret guilty pleasure, even the way you like your coffee. Hook, think about it. You may have forgotten what you said offhand during a late night chat, but she didn't. And one day she surprises you by acting on it. Cooking that meal, buying that item, or reminding you of a goal you once shared. That's love at work. Psychology calls this selective attention. Our brains naturally focus on what matters most to us. So if she's storing every little detail about you, it's because you're a priority in her emotional world. And here's the truth. Women don't invest this kind of attention in men they don't love. If she remembers the little things, she loves you in a big way. Thing number 8, she adapts to your world. When a woman loves you, she doesn't just stay in her comfort zone. She'll step into your world, your hobbies, your passions, even your struggles, because she wants to understand you better. Hook. Maybe you love sports she never cared about before. Suddenly, she's asking about your favorite team. Or perhaps you're into music, and even though it's not her style, she listens, learns, and even sings along just to connect with you. This is not pretending, this is bonding. Psychology calls it mirroring, where people in love unconsciously adapt to each other's interests. It's her way of saying, your world matters to me because you matter to me. Thing number 9, she sacrifices without keeping score. True love isn't about keeping track. And when a woman loves you, she'll sacrifice time, energy, comfort without expecting anything in return. She might stay up late helping you prepare for something important. She might cut back on her own needs to support your goals. And she won't hold it over your head later because for her, it wasn't a burden. It was love. Hook. Think about it. The world often teaches us to look out for ourselves first. But when she loves you, suddenly it's not about me anymore. It's about us. Psychologically, this is tied to altruistic love. Love that puts the other person first without calculation. If she's making sacrifices joyfully, you're not just someone she likes. You're someone she loves deeply. Thing that occur 10. She accepts your flaws. We all have flaws, bad habits, insecurities, weaknesses. But here's the thing. When a woman loves you, she doesn't just tolerate them. She accepts them, sometimes even embraces them, because she sees the whole picture of who you are. Hook. Maybe you're messy. Maybe you're stubborn. Maybe you overthink. Instead of constantly criticizing, she'll work with you, support you, and sometimes even laugh about it. That's love, not perfection. Psychology tells us that acceptance is one of the highest forms of intimacy. It's easy to love someone's strengths, but to love their weaknesses too? That's rare. If she can see your imperfections and still choose you every single day, that's not just affection, that's devotion. Thing Number 11. She shows physical affection in subtle ways. Love isn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the small, consistent actions. When a woman truly loves you, she'll reach for your hand, lean on your shoulder, fix your collar, or give you those little kisses that mean more than words. Hook. These are not random. They're her way of grounding the connection, of reminding you, I'm here and I'm yours. Psychology links this to oxytocin release, the bonding hormone. Physical touch strengthens emotional connection. And when she's constantly reaching for you, she's reinforcing that bond. So if she's always finding little ways to stay close, know this: love is guiding her every move. Thing number 12. She stands by you at your lowest. Now we've reached the most powerful sign of all. A woman can enjoy the good times with you, on the laughter, the success, the fun. But when life knocks you down, that's when true love is revealed. If she stands by you when you're broke, when you're discouraged, when you feel like you've lost everything, then you've found something priceless. Hook. Anyone can love you when you're shining. But the woman who loves you in your darkest hour, that's the woman who's chosen you, not just your circumstances. Psychologically, this is connected to attachment security. A woman in love doesn't just attach to what you have, she attaches to who you are, and that's why, even when the world walks away, she stays. Conclusion. So let's bring it all together. When a woman loves a man deeply, she doesn't just say it, she shows it. She prioritizes your happiness, fights for the relationship, opens up her soul, and includes you in her future. She supports your dreams, protects you, remembers every detail, adapts to your world, sacrifices without keeping score, accepts your flaws, shows affection, and stands by you when you're at your lowest. These 12 signs are more than gestures. They're proof of something real, something powerful, something most people spend their whole lives searching for. But here's the key: never take these actions for granted. If you're lucky enough to have a woman who loves you this way, value her, honor her, and love her back with the same intensity. Because true love isn't just about finding someone who does these things, it's about being someone worthy of them. So ask yourself, do you recognize these signs in your relationship? And more importantly, are you giving back the same kind of love?